What up, guys? Jason Guyman here with ChristmasLights.io, and today I am going to show you and tell you how you can start your Christmas light business, from how to cut and make our own extension wire, how to bulb and clip, how to make our males and females. I'm going to even show you how you can install it on the gutter. So we will be going through all of those steps today, step by step, and I will also talk, if I have time, how to get customers, how to grow your business, how to get your business from zero to $100,000 in 1 year. And we'll talk about all of those awesome things. But before we get started there, I did get me a new hat. Some of you may know what this hat is. And also, I've got a new book here, and I will be giving one of these books away this weekend. If you come to my Christmas light training, I will give one book away. I'm going to give one book away this week, and I will give one book away next week. You can go check that out. But it is $100 Million Leads by Alex Hormozi. And I haven't started reading it yet, but it's got lots of cool pictures and diagrams, and it's the hardcover book. And like I said, I will give one away this weekend, and I am going to give one away next in October. So if you join the KPW train, that is what I will be bringing, one of these books for you to give away as a winner if you like to read books. So, with that, let's get this show on the road. I don't see anybody commenting yet, but this is what I wanted to do this because I know, there's a comment. I just knocked that book out. It's outstanding, and are you going to take action on it and all of those awesome things. So the very first thing, as we are doing Christmas lights, we need some cutters. So these precision type cuts work great for cutting our wire, and this is how we will cut our wire. Again, the one thing I will tell you is these are sharp. These will cut you. They will poke a hole in your foot, and they will hurt. So just be careful with these little clippers, because a lot of times we think, oh, it's just a little clipper, but it's just a little clipper that will hurt you and get you. So obviously we have males and females. We can have as many females on a cord that we want, but we can only have one male per cord. If you have more than one male per cord, you're going to have issues. It's going to shock you. It can do all kinds of stuff. One of my professors looks just like you. That's kind of scary. So how we do this is we get a whole bunch of socket wire, we get a whole bunch of bulbs, and we get a whole bunch of clips, and we can do this one of two ways. You take your clip, and your socket wire, you put it on there, and you screw this in, and that's how we put and make our bulbs and wire here. Another way we can do this too is you can actually, if you use the tough clips with the split, you can actually take this and put it on so, and then you can take this and pop them over and pop them over. You see that it went too far, but that's how we do this. And then the next thing is as we are installing this on the gutter, we can just set it on there, and we can put our lights. Obviously we want these tight, and I don't have that big of a gutter, but we can have our lights on our gutter, and that's all it takes to put lights on our gutter. We can also slide this under the shingle. So if you look here, that's what we did going up here, is we slid the wire that under the shingle. One thing you do want to do is you always want to put a female on the one end that's the end, so that way it doesn't get down in the gutter and short out and burn the house down. Another thing that I like to do is we'll put a female on the end here. We'll show you how to do that. So basically we have a female right here. So you can see these are our females, and it has two little prongs in there, right? You got two little prongs inside there. And basically what you do is you take this here and you stick this down into the hole, and then you pull this over and slide that on there, and then you have a ramp right here. You have your cap, and you have a ramp, and you take it and you slide this on, and bam, that's all it takes to make our extension cords. Again, we want to make this look professional, so you can do this one of two ways. I'm kind of hard holding this up here. We can actually take this and do it this way. So this way our end doesn't get down into the clogged gutter and cause shortage outage and cause us to burn down the house. So that's not a good thing, right? So we can do it this way. Another way you can do it is on the light here. It has a clip. Uh-oh, I didn't want that. Back to here. I didn't even know you could do that way. It has a clip right here, and we can take this and slide it underneath that clip, and then when we go on to here, that way it keeps it out of the gutter, makes it look better, and don't have wire sticking everywhere. So again, this is just some 101 how to do Christmas lights on a gutter. Nothing special. It's just I wanted to show you how easy this is and how easy you can do. If you want to know where you can get lights at, you can go to christmaslights.io/L, and it will take you to the Christmas lights page where you can buy lights, you can buy starter packages, you can buy all kinds of stuff. Always need one male per line, so we're just going to take it, slide it on there. You always do want to double check to make sure the little prongs inside there are on the right side. I did about burn something down one time here recently at one of my training classes because they were not, and it came from the factory that way. I don't put them in that way. So again, there is our males and our females. You just got to remember that anytime you unhook a line, that the females have the power, right? The females always have the power. They have the power in everything. They definitely have the power in Christmas lights. So you want to make sure that if you unplug this, that it's dead. If I unplug this male, I should not be able to touch this and get power. This is one of the general neutral things of males and females are definitely important. If you put two males on a line, you will get shocked. Guarantee you will get shocked. And no matter how long you've been doing this or how long you're doing it, there's probably a really good chance that you will get shocked. I see you on Saturday, Jason. What time does it start? So on Saturday, it starts at 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning on Saturday. Friday is going to be a later class because I'm flying in on Friday. If you're doing the pressure washing class, it's going to be at Friday will be starting around 11 o'clock. But Saturday and Sunday will start at 8:30. 20,000 booked from last year. That's pretty awesome. So that is how we make males and females for our Christmas lights. Nothing special, pretty simple, really easy. Also, we got we take our males and females here, and we got our extension cord, right? We got extension cord. There's no ends on it. You can buy this stuff in 1,000-foot rolls. You can buy it in whatever. And basically, we're going to do the same thing. Is we're going to take the plug, put it in there, bend it over, make sure the tab's on the end, and slide it up there. And now we have us a male on one end. Obviously, we always want to have a female on the other end, and this is how that works. A female on the other end. If I can get this one off, it ain't what else. See if I can get it off here. There we go. Make sure that it ain't something stupid, and then we're going to do the same thing, put it in there, and that's going to give us a male and female. So a lot of times people think doing Christmas lights is super hard. I just showed you how we do our installs of Christmas lights. So now we have a male and female. We can cut this however long we want. We can take and put a female in the middle of this, and now we can put as many females as we want. We're not biased on females. Males were very biased. There's only one male per line. He can have as many females on the line, but only one male on the line. So that is why you want to do this, right? That is why this is how you install Christmas lights. This is how we're able to install all these Christmas lights across this roof, and it's literally that simple. The biggest thing that people struggle with is knowing where your males and females will come from, because that will determine where you're getting your power from. So for instance, if you got power coming here in the center, you're going to have power coming up, and then you're going to have females going off both ends, and you're going to have a female on each side of the house because we're powering up through the middle and it's cutting across. And so that might be a short extension cord here, or this might be a short extension cord up here to jump back to get this A-frame. So it just all depends on how we're going to power. Obviously we're going to put a female here and drop a little extension cord down, so that way we can power our columns, right? We'll do the same thing over here. You can actually see this line right there a little bit, and then that's powering here, and then we'll come down. Same thing over here, we'll power and come down. So this way we can do everything off of one timer, and everything comes on at the same time. Same thing over here. We got a line right here, you can barely see it, and then it's powering it right there. We got another short extension cord right there, and that's what powers this here. So we have one power line. I think the power line actually went right up here, and then it powered both ways. So that is how we do this, and this is how we're able to do our Christmas lights. It is something that it doesn't take rocket science to figure this out. The hardest part of this business is not the install part of this business. Obviously in my trainings I do tips and tricks. You know, if you come to my in-person, you learn how to do this fast. You learn how you could do this house with 2 people in an hour, right? And do it in an hour and make $1,500 to $2,000, because I don't teach people to do it cheap, because I want you to be successful. And if you do it cheap, you're probably not going to be successful. And I know I'm going to get haters, and I love the haterade, because in my area you just can't get that, Jason. You just don't understand. Well, I call bull crap, because I can show you people in your area that are getting it, and that you will argue with me that you're not, and that is just your problem, is the only thing I can tell you about that. So so let's talk a little bit about how do we get, you know, $8-10 a foot for every bulb, right? And actually it's more than that, because this is 15-inch spacing, and so how do we get $8 to $10, $12 a foot? Well, first off, you got to ask for it, right? So we're going to go down the pricing range here. So you got to ask for it. If you don't ask for it, you won't get $8, $10, $12 a foot. If you only ask for $4, you're only going to get $4. And you're probably not even going to get that, because cheap customers aren't really the customers you want. You will learn that cheap customers will be your biggest pain in the neck, because $500 for them is a lot of money, right? Lot of money. You'll learn that the cheap guy, you will be at back there more times, and you're like, I made $500 in gas just to come back and forth here. And so it's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort to be at the cheap guy. Now, will you close as many as the high guy, as premium? Probably not. But you don't have to do half the work. So you can close half the jobs and make the same amount of money. And so that's why there's always a cheap guy. There's also a premium guy, 100%. Right? And so this is how you are able to make and grow your Christmas light business. So with that said, we talked about how to put the lights on the gutters, how to install the wire. Obviously we want this tight. We don't want it loose. We want it tight, because that's what makes it look good. We showed you how to make males and females and make your own extension cord. So the next thing is how do we get leads, right? read this book. That's what I'll tell you. No, how do you get leads? And so we will talk about how to get leads and how the different ways to get leads. And one is you need to make sure that you have filled out your Google business profile or your Google My Business. This is something that you're not going to get leads right away, but it will help you get leads in the future. So you can start asking for reviews. You can start asking for all of that kind of stuff, right? You can start posting in there. You can post pictures. You can post all of the good stuff at the end of the day. So our Google My Business is definitely something that you want to look at doing. It is important that you do your Google My Business. It will help you get business. And if you don't know how to fill it out, you can go to christmaslights.io and I teach you how to do it there. It's not rocket science. There is some things that you need to do, but you can go to google.com/business and start filling out the form there, and that is what you can do. Just joined, what book was that again? That book was $100 Million Leads. It's the brand new book of Alex Hormozi. Like, this is hot off the press. It literally just got released a week or two ago. So that is there. Once we get our Google My Business, another way that we can get business is going through our Facebook groups. Facebook groups, Facebook ads, all three of those work for Christmas lights. And I've been watching people's Facebook ads, and people need to learn quit selling the bulbs. Quit selling the product. Because when I look at people's Facebook ads and you're selling the product, I know what your pricing is going to be. It's going to be low because you're selling the product. And this is not a product business. We do not sell products. We sell a service. We sell a red carpet service, all-inclusive service, no worry service. We do not sell product. If you want to sell product, you will sell it at $6 a foot, $7 a foot. If you want to sell a service, a red carpet, everything's done for you service, then you will be able to get the $10, $12 a foot. $8, $10, $12 a foot. And this is when I can spot ads and I can show it to you right out of the get-go of who's selling product versus who's selling a service, right? And so there is a way that you can do this for Facebook. And I wasn't going to do this, but I may do it. If you want me to do it, give me a thumbs up of how you can see, how do I know, Jason, what is selling a service versus what is selling a product. I don't see no thumbs up yet, so you'll have to give me some thumbs up, or otherwise I'm not going to show you what there is. I got one. And then tell me, write something and say, I want to know Facebook ads. How do I know what's selling service and what's selling? Just say Facebook ads in there, in the comments. And if I get some of those, I will show you how to do this. I'm giving you all the ins and outs today in this video. I know it's kind of the run through, but it is the run through of it. All right, so now I got to figure out how to get the copy of my scene. All right, so if you type in Facebook ad library, so Facebook ad library, and it's going to come up and it's going to look something like this right here. It's going to look just like this, and you're going to type in all categories, all ads, and then you're just going to type in Christmas lights. Now this is anybody that's running Christmas light ads, and you're going to click ads, and now I will see all of the ads for Christmas lights, and you will see that a bunch of them are using the same ad at the end of the day. So you can look at the ads here. You can view this here. Too early for Christmas. Book now to schedule. Let us handle all of the work this season. All inclusive design for right now. This is not so much doing the bulb, right? This is more of, we're going to make your schedule a beautiful, awesome deal. Like I said, again, whenever you see somebody that's done like two or three ads and all these ads looks the same, they're all probably ran by the same ad management company. So there's another company that I know that's selling the bulb, and I'll show you what I mean by selling the bulb. Dreamy Bright. And I'll show you what I mean by selling the bulb. And this is what I mean by selling the bulb, right? This is selling the bulb. Get a head start on booking our services, all-inclusive services, custom designs. Get a head start on booking our, right? This is telling me you're selling the bulb because you're trying to get me to custom fit. There's nothing else other than sell me the bulb, right? Here again, we're showing the bulb. Eliminate the dread, right? Get ahead of the schedule. This is selling the bulb. There's a difference between selling the bulb and selling the miracle, right? Selling the Christmas spirit. Selling the Christmas spirit goes a lot farther than selling the bulbs. If you're trying to sell the bulbs, it's not going to work out, right? It's better not to sell the bulbs. This isn't showing people installing it. It's showing beautiful homes. Another little trick is here you'll see that most people here are showing Santa Claus, and why they're probably showing the Santa Claus is they know that Santa Claus sells better, right? And so that's how you're able to do that. So Nathan said, see if I can find his. I don't know if I'll be able to, but let's see, bluegrass. Bluegrass. Let's see if that'll come up, bring it up. Bluegrass Christmas lights. If I can freaking spell. See if that'll bring it up. Nope. Yep. Bluegrass Christmas lights installers, right? So he's using Santa Claus. Got some music behind it. Too early to book. Ready early to schedule. Get a book now. Get $150 off. Let Bluegrass Light Installers handle all of this work season. So this is how you are able to get out here and do this, right? And this tells you even when they launched the ad. So this was launched in August 29th. This one here was launched August or September 14th. This one here is inactive. Oh, this is a different person. So he's got two ads running is what he has running. You can actually also, if you want to know another way that you can find these people, if you know, try American Soft Wash Christmas lights. So here's another way that you can find these people. If you go to Facebook and if you know that they are selling lights, you can go to Facebook and you can search for these people. So if I go to search and I type in American Soft Wash Christmas lights and I type that there, it's not coming up there because I think it's this. Let's see. If I go here, I think it's just American Soft Wash lights. It's this guy here, I believe it is. We'll see if it is or not. So you can click on it, and then what you can do, and he's a Cincinnati guy. Actually, I've been seeing your ads too. So what you do is you can go up here to About, and then you can see if they're running ads. You go to Page Transparency, and then you can go here to See All, and then you go down here to the bottom, and then this page is not currently running ads. So he is not running. I know you're running ads, but it might be under something else. Nope, try Soft Wash, one word. So he's got a couple of them. So that's how you can go check this out and see if it is running ads or not. Bam. Let's see what he says. Try that as one word. So we'll try this as one word. Click on that, and we'll see if he comes up. Not seeing it. There we go. So we can click on there. This is a different one he's got. American Soft Wash. We can go down here to About. We can go to page transparency. We can go to see all. We can go add library. And he's not running ads either, because it's not the same person. Oh, yep, he is running ads. So he's running a bunch of Facebook ads, right? So this is, if you want to know what the Facebook ads are, this is, you can do, oh, here, and he's got his Christmas light ads running too. So this is, another little, I'll give you another little shout out here of things that can help you out too, is when you call out cities, this will help you out. If you got like a Triple Crown residence, which is not a city, but it's like an area, you can call out those people if you know the neighborhoods. And that is another way of looking at doing this. We are already doing scheduling in your areas. Again, we're selling lights on this. You know, we need to sell the magic. We really want to sell the magic. Selling the magic will help you out a lot. But you can see he's got lots of different ads, and that's not a bad thing. Try to get lots of ads so that way you can see what works and what doesn't work. So he's actually got a little video, and then you can test video versus non-video. All right, so that is how you can do the Facebook to get leads. I showed you how you can do that. Another thing that I love to do to get leads that work really good is yard signs, right? Yard signs work amazing, even for Christmas lights. The Christmas Light Pro installers with the phone number. Again, Christmas light yard signs do work really well for our business. For our Christmas lights. Christmas lights, yard signs work good. Again, you can post into Facebook groups. You can do Facebook groups. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do Google Ads. There's lots of ways to get leads, right? And the goal of it is how do you get lots of leads? Because if you get 10 leads and your close rate is 10%, that means you got one job. So the question is how do I get 100 leads, which means I got 10 jobs? How do I get 1,000 leads, which means I have 100 jobs, right? And so that is why it is important that we do several things to get lots of leads. Again, a lot of times everybody focuses on this here, but this here is the easy part, right? Anybody, literally my 9-year-old daughter can go clip like that. That's not the hard part. They can make sure that it looks good. You want to get to the people that, my bulb's not in the peaks, right? You're not a professional, right? People worry about the little things like that, but they don't worry about is this right here, right? This right here, it doesn't matter how you install or, and I know I'll get people that'll give me hate because I don't put mine's in the middle or whatever it is at the end of the day. If you can't get this, you're probably not going to get $10 a foot either, right? If you can get this, you'll get $8, $10, $12 a foot all day long. If you don't get this, leads, right? LEADS, leads, it's what's going to keep you from hitting $100 million. Now, I don't know any Christmas light businesses that do $100 million, but there might be. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're doing $100 million or you're doing $1 million. You've got to have leads. Again, it doesn't matter. Yes, all the little things matter. I'll tell you something about this here, because I know people love to make sure that their bulbs are always in the peak no matter what. But they won't answer their freaking phone. So, yes, your bulbs are in the peak, but you won't answer your phone when they have a problem, or you won't answer the phone of that. It doesn't matter if your bulbs are there if you don't get leads. And how do we get leads? By doing all the little things. And when we do all the little things, guess what? Our customers will give us an amazing 5-star review. Our customers will tell all their friends. And guess what? That's what happens when we do that, right? That's what happens when we do our getting our leads, because getting leads is what is the most important thing. And I had to put it on there because we had to, right? I actually just got them in today. So, making sure the little things are very important. Answering our phone, doing, posting in all the Facebook groups, putting out the yard signs, making sure that our Facebook ads are working, making sure that we are following up on our leads, making sure we're calling, making sure we do all of the little things is what makes our business grow. People worry about the most stupidest stuff sometimes. And if this is a question that I get asked a lot is, do I need to go buy a bunch of material before I get started? And the answer is no. You don't need to buy 1,000-foot spool and all this other stuff if you don't have any jobs. Go sell jobs. You can get the deposits. You can buy this stuff after you get the deposits, and then you can keep on going. So, yes, you can go and get your, my christmaslights.com/L. I've tried to make it easy so it's not a bunch of words. If you go there, you can buy lights all day long, but buying lights is not going to make you money. You've got to get the leads. You got to close leads. You got to learn how to sell better. You got to learn how to talk better. You got to learn how to be able to get quotes out fast. Here's the thing. I did this the other day. If you don't have a system to be able to get your quotes out fast, you will spin your wheels all day long. This is why we pre-qualify customers. This is why we tell them that our starting packages start at $800 and our average homes spend about $1,500. Because if they tell us that we're crazy for that, why do I want to spend 5 minutes making them a beautiful display, a design of their house, right? Because if I get 100 5-minute ones, that's 500 minutes. And yes, there is people that if you do what I say and you work and you get the leads and you do all the things, you can get 100 leads in a day. So 100 leads in a day, if you've got 100 leads and it just takes you 5 minutes, sometimes it's probably going to take you a lot longer than that when you're starting out. But that's over 4 hours of nonstop doing quotes, right? That's like 4 hours, no breaks, no lunch break, no smoke break, no pee break, no nothing. 4 hours straight of doing that. So even if you cut that down to 50 leads, right? If you cut that down to 50 leads, and that's going to give you 2 straight full hours of just 5 minutes. So you have to make sure that you are pre-qualifying these people so that way you're not spending hours and hours and hours of wasted time of doing nothing. And so that's why it is important that we make sure that you do the things you need to do so that way you can keep growing your Christmas light business. Just got my triple set of books today. Me too. How do you get yard signs into potential customer yards? Do you just knock and ask permission in your potential target area? I put them out at yards. I put them out at stop signs and stoplights and gas stations and grocery stores and Home Depots and hospitals and doctor offices and all kinds of places. And it's easier to ask for forgiveness. Just saying. Way easier to ask for forgiveness. I saw signs up today in Richmond, so game on. Gonna try some EDDM areas. Yep, that can work. What other questions? What all questions you all have? If you have any questions. So basically, I just kind of wanted to. Jason Guyman's training is the best hands-on training down. It is very good hands-on training. I will give it that. Between me and Donovan, you will have more information than you know what to do with. Your head will be spinning round and round and round. It's just the way it is. I can't find my, there it is. KPW training will take you to it. What should we be doing now to get ready for the season? Figuring out how to get leads. Whatever you have to do to get leads. Getting your Google My Business done. Posting in Google My Business. Posting on Christmas lights. Posting on your do a Facebook page for your Christmas lights. Posting in Christmas lights, doing lives on Christmas lights, doing anything you can to start promoting Christmas lights, because people love Christmas lights. And it is definitely something that you have to start doing, and you have to start doing it now. If you're not busy, this is what you're working on. You're working on whatever's in this book, basically. I haven't even read the book. I kind of got the gist of the book. I know how he is. But right, it's getting leads, and how do we get lots of good quality leads? That's the other thing that we need to look at, is good quality leads. Because just because you get leads doesn't mean that it's going to do this. Where do you learn how to do Facebook ads? Well, I kind of gave you the rundown of it. You can go to the blueprint, and so you can do it in the blueprint, you can do it there, you can do it different places. Going to start doing lights this year, Kentucky Illumination. You'll do fine down there. Is your new training available yet? It is mostly up, not all the way up. I still got more stuff to put into it, but it's going to probably be me putting more stuff into it as the year goes along, so I can keep making it better and better and better. We have found that for Christmas lights, anchoring at $2 higher a foot than normal price for a one-time install, and then offering your regular price for 3-year agreements helps close jobs. Yeah, absolutely right. So if you're at $8-9 a foot, if you want to do it one time, it's $11-12 a foot, and then we can come down, right? Because anchoring is a good way of showing this high price, and hey, if you do it for every 3 years, it's this price right here. Makes people feel like they're getting a great deal. Hey, was it DNH or alcohol for cleaning surfaces? Yes, it is. For he's talking about permanent lighting, and yes, it is 100%. So with that, again, go check out there. If you're looking for a website, and if you sign up for christmaslights.io, and you get all the training and you get the website with it. So I've got to do some videos on it, but for now I will be setting up websites for that, so that way you can have your website up and ready to rock and roll for your Christmas light businesses. Right now, for phone numbers, I'm probably not going to, you will probably I can do phone numbers. There's just, with all of the new crap that's going on, phone numbers are a pain in the butt right now. Phone numbers are not as easy as they used to be. You can do phone numbers, but they don't do texting anymore because they've shut it down a bunch. They've shut it down a bunch. So that's kind of where we are on that. I can get them up and going. It just takes time. Doing permanent lights tomorrow. And so at KP, if you come to the training, we will be doing some of the stuff for that. So we will be doing permanent lighting. 300 feet. That's awesome. Did you do it per foot, or did you do it as a lease? Did you do it 300 feet at $30-40 a foot, or did you do it, are you trying to lease it out? Let's see. Here's another thing. If you haven't used this here, get your yard signs, you can go to moneybushes.com. Now, what I will say is, if you go to christmaslights.l, you can buy yard signs there too. I know they're going to be a lot more detailed in that, but I don't know how long it's going to take to get them in. They're going to be designed by 72 hour print, but I'm not going to mention no more about that other than that. I haven't been that impressed by them here lately, so we'll see if I get impressed by them moving forward. Can you charge the forward number 4931? Can you change the forward number 4931? Yes, I can. $35 a foot. So $35 a foot. $35 a foot. $35 a foot times 300 feet is 10 grand. And you probably got 3 grand into it, 3,000. You probably got about $2,500, $3,000 into it. So that's not too shabby. And it'll probably it might take you 2 days just because it's your first go at it. But you should be able to get it, maybe able to get it done in a day. Is it a residential or commercial? Because commercial, you can definitely get that done in a day because that's a lot easier. All right. What other questions we got? I know we got some questions. We got 25 people in here. What questions do you got? I got 20 minutes. I'll give you 20 minutes of my time. You know, this is a book that, as we look at this, you will definitely learn all kinds of stuff. And this is the book I'm talking about. It is pretty cool that he talks about paid ads. He talks about different layouts of the landing pages, right? And it actually shows it. So this is a book I would probably recommend to do you don't have to do the hardback, but you could definitely do the other, the softback. And there is a lot of pictures in here, and that way you will be able to get there. You cannot get good enough at almost anything in 20 hours of focused effort. The problem is most people, you can get good enough. Actually, that's a good point, because he's like, and this is a good point too. You can get good enough if you spend 20 hours. If you focus 20 hours on something, it is definitely something that you can do. But yeah, so it does have lots of pictures. I am a picture guy. There's almost pictures on every page. So I do like pictures. Pictures take up a lot more white space, so it doesn't take you as much to read. How do you reach out in 10 steps? Get your list, pick a platform. So there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do. I would highly recommend that book. Read it 2 or 3 times. Take action on it. And I about guarantee you will blow up your Christmas light business. So that's how you will be able to do that. So with that, so I talked about how to set up the lights. I talked about how to get leads. Let's talk about how to close jobs, right? How to close jobs. How to quote jobs. That's one thing I didn't talk about. Let's talk about how to quote Christmas light jobs. So a lot of times, okay, now I'm going to get questions. I'm going to start talking, and then you all are going to give me questions. So how do we quote jobs? Well, first off, I quote, I don't really quote per se by the foot. I do because I need to know kind of how many feet I've got so I can kind of charge from there. So it's called $100 million leads is what this book is called. $100 million leads. So I charge per foot. So I would highly recommend you to charge $8 to $12 per foot. So every bulb here is more than a foot. So every bulb you're getting more than $8 a foot or $12 a foot, $8 to $12 a foot. That's what I charge for roof lines. I know there's people out there that are going to disagree with me, but that's fine. You can be cheap and you will probably be out of business, because cheap people go out of business or they work themselves to death, and that's not what my goal is. My goal is to help you be successful, and when you're cheap, you can't buy the $100 million leads, right? You can't get the 1,000 leads that you need to be successful. And so why I teach premium pricing is just that reason. So whenever we're dealing with this here, we're charging $8 to $12 a foot for roof lines. There's different tools out there that you can go check out and see. I don't have the one, actually I do have one pulled up, but I don't have where I can actually show it to you. So making a good diagram can definitely help you get to where you want to be at. For instance, one of my guys last year that came to my in-person class did $244,000 his very first year. Now, he got lots of leads. He spent about $50,000 in marketing, but he got $244,000 on 3-year contracts. So that means he will probably close about 90% of those again this year and do another 250 plus what he's going to add on to it. So there's no reason that he won't do $500,000 this year, $500,000 to $600,000 in year 2. And so the big things that he did is one of the best things he did is giving a good diagram of what you're going to offer, and make sure that you're going to offer lots of little things so that way you can do that. So $8 to $10 a foot, $10 a foot here on these columns, right? These columns here, you're going to charge anywhere from $100 to about $300-$400, depending on how many strands of light it's going to take. So on here you also got the landscape lighting. The landscape lighting across the front is a good way. I am live. My wife is trying to make me laugh, and she's doing a good job of it. So landscape lighting is another way that we can get anywhere from $5 to 10 foot for landscape lighting. Bushes, we're going to charge $30 to $50 per strand for bushes. And then on trees, which I don't have no trees in here, we're going to charge by the height. So we'll charge anywhere from $30 to $50, $60 per foot of height. Is an easy way to be able to get us a quick thing here. So that's kind of how the pricing will work. Obviously, as we do this in packages, it will be a lot better, and that way you will be able to say, all right, this is this price, and that's how we're able to get that. What would be a sales pitch angle when walking into a commercial business for the holidays? This is a spa in my area that I believe would be awesome if lit up. Hey, do you want more business? Did you know by having Christmas lights on, it can help you get more business? Actually, I've got 2 customers that they do the dispensaries, and they've said that their increased sales was like 30% by doing Christmas lights. So that's a way that you can do that. That's how you can do that. What are included in the Christmas light contract that you are presenting to potential customers to sign and agree to? What is important to include in the agreement? That they're going to pay you. That's one thing. Usually you can say, hey, 50% up front, 50% after the day of the job is done. Other than that, I mean, there isn't a whole lot that's going to hold up water in the first place. So that's kind of where you're at with there. You want to make sure that they have electric outside, stuff like that. Does that price per foot go up for 2 to 3 stories? Also, what about pricing bushes and larger trees? Again, I talked about the bushes here. Larger trees, you can do 30 feet trees from the ground. And so you can charge, depending on if it's an evergreen, you're going to probably be like $40 to $60 a foot. You're going to go up because it's going to take more lights for an evergreen versus the other type. What's the lead book you showed? $100 million leads is what it is. It's Alex Hormozy's brand new book. It literally just came today with probably everybody else's book that bought it. And I did get it with the hat too. So not that I wear a hat, but I did get it with a hat. But with that said, again, I've got Christmas lights. If you want to learn the online portion, I do have it all online. You can go to christmaslights.io, and in there you will be able to I show you how to break everything down. I show you how to quote stuff. I show you different tools to use for quoting to make it easier. And so I do go through all of that with you for you. If you want to check out the in-person training where you actually get hands-on training, you get all the hands-on training. You'll get Donovan talking, all of that. You can go to kpwtrain.com. It'll go there, or you can even go to christmaslights.io and go to in-person training, and it'll take you over there too. So, but with that, nobody else is asking any questions. Other than that, the biggest thing with Christmas lights is taking action, right? You got to take action. If you don't take action, nothing's going to happen. You got to go out there. You can't be afraid. You can't be like nobody. I would never pay with that, right? Most people pay with their own wallet, and that is the dumbest thing you can do. You know, I would never pay $2,000 to put lights on my house back in the day, but I get lots of people that pay $5,000-$6,000 to put lights on a house. But I also don't live in the $2-3 million house that the guy putting $5,000 lights on his house is, right? I also don't drive the 3 Mercedes-Benz that he has in the driveway. So quit putting yourself in those shoes if you don't live in those shoes. Don't be afraid to give value, and give so much value that they are like, here's the deal. A lot of times people think that people are buying off price, and most people, are there price shoppers out there? Sure there is. But most people that are buying these lights are not buying off a price, right? They're buying because they want it done, and you're going to get it done for them. How do you wrap the big trees with C7s? You got to bring the spool around with you. It can be difficult. Thanks for your videos. You've helped me make some good money last year. Well, let's make some good money this year and even more. So that's kind of my goal. My goal is to help people grow their Christmas light and pressure washing business to make $100,000 a year plus, and to be able to do things that you never thought you could do. And I love helping people grow their business. I love it. It's awesome. It's definitely something that makes me excited to see you all succeed, for sure. But other than that, I hope you all have a good day, and we'll see you all later.